Okay, so when we're going to run the pump in manual mode, we'll go to Service, Fluidic, and your Fluidic and Tools menus are not available unless the printhead is turned off. So once in Fluidic, you can see these 7 on-off fields are for solenoids, and then here's my pump speed here. So I'm going to bring my pump speed up. So depending on what operation you're doing, like if you're trying to drain it, you probably want your RPS to be a little lower because it can't get to pressure. And then when you're flushing it, you can bring it up to pressure because you have the bypass tube going back into the ink tank. So you can hear the motor ramping up. My pressure is right around 22. RPS is roughly the same. So again, because the fluid is thin, it runs at a higher pump speed to achieve the same pressure. So once I'm at pressure, I'm about 35 pounds there, so I can turn on my printhead, and it's going to drip out of the printhead. You can turn on the gutter if you'd like also, and it'll draw back from the printhead, so it depends on what you're trying to do. I typically don't turn on the gutter until I know I have fresh solvent out to the head. I don't want to ingest any more ink back to the ink tank. I want to get rid of the ink that's in the system. So got my printhead on, and then viscometer is the other one. We can cycle that on or off depending on which one of those 2 bypass tubes we want to flush out. When this viscometer solenoid is off, then the ink comes into the bottom of the viscometer, loops out of the bottom of the viscometer, and returns back to the ink tank. When the viscometer solenoid is on, then the ink is going into the bottom of the viscometer and coming out of the top of the viscometer. So it depends on which sort of operation you're trying to achieve there. So that's our pump speed. This is where our solenoids are. We can do bleed. That takes from instead of going out the nozzle, it actually takes it back from the nozzle. So that's another way to flush out a bypass line. You notice I did not turn on solvent, did not turn on flush, or tank solvent. I don't play with those 3 at all. You don't want to pull makeup from the makeup tank. We just want to put cleaner into the ink tank and flush out the system. All right, so I'm going to turn that bleed back off so I can send ink back out through or solvent back out through the nozzle.